much as we can. Um, Start here with the special blueprints. See if they got anything for us. Nope, nothing. They got a 522 hollow blueprint. That's it. Nothing else.
When you're ready to buy, I'll be here.
Okay.
How's my new favorite?
Special equipment. We got a Centurion, expert and competent. That expert's usually the. We got something different for me when I had this pack hand Liberator. Let's see, Liberator, skilled, capable, indetermined. Okay, got a historian here, talented, intense. History repeats itself. That right there looks like a probably if you're running a skill build. Seems like it would be pretty well off with something like that. Okay, let's see. Military G36, skilled and commanding, focused, black market sausage, self-preserve, destructive, meticulous, custom 44, ugh, no, infantry MG5, ferocious, determined, and swift. I will tell you this right now. I have a Lone Star build, and I put in a little bit, um, just using the um, electronic purple mods with 4% damage to elites. I took out all my other mods from there, put them in there. It got me to 47. Um, after, actually, you know what? No, I didn't even reach it. I think it was something else that I had. I had to roll something, or I think I maximized something. But anyway, I was able to open up Determined using those mods. So I think that's what it was. So let's see here. Let's go down to the mods. And Determined's a really good thing to put onto a weapon. Get your super back very quickly. Not a good one there. Got a 5.5% sticky bomb radius. See, 6.5% critical hit chance, 4% crit damage. Let's see, 16.5% accuracy, 4% damage. Small grip, 17% critical hit damage, but that's not too bad if you want to get a little bit more crit damage on your build. And then you got a 22.5% optimal range, 4% critical hit damage, 2.5% stability. Okay, so nothing so far down there. Maybe that infantry MG5, but I mean, if you have the blueprint, you can just go ahead and put your, print yourself.
Hey, prices.
Make yourself one. So you got an X45, 280, expert and dominant. A police UMP 45, unforgiving, brutal, and ambusher. This might be something for a D3 build. Roll off the ambusher. Be good to go. Got a Scar light. The only problem I have with the Scar is that RPM. That thing is just so low. I mean, it's just not gonna do as much damage as you think it's gonna do. It can have everything that you want on it. Like right now, it has the ferocious and vicious and stuff like that. So, oh,
Maybe
by
you
the
could buy
way, if I switch out this for this, it will open up a lot of these on that Scarlight: vicious, ferocious, and responsive. There we go. Talented, fierce. Nah, this is not you might want to look to something different. Let's see here. 112.5% magazine, 4% crit damage, which is the max crit damage for a magazine, but has no crit chance. Let's See, 18% critical hit damage with that 17% crit damage magazine or grip down there at the vendor. That would be pretty good. Hand stop, 30.5% reload speed. Okay. And 6% headshot damage, 5% optimal range, 2.5% stability, pro red on sight.
It's all good. Around.
Dark Zone Gear Vendor. Double barrel shotgun. Commanding sustained. Got a 6% first aid self heal. So that's not bad. That's pretty good. You got a 29% reload speed. Got a good 4% crit hit damage. So if you wanted to put some more rounds down range as quickly as possible, that's something that you can actually pick up right there. Let's see here.
Hey, maybe I'll see you again.
Snowball fights near checkpoints
All right,
as
I'm
they
getting
may
back to you.
distract the guards. All such activities are restricted to the designated
Yes, sir.
Black Market M60, Swift, Self-Preserved, and Fierce. Angled Grip, 13.5% stability, 4.5% for optimal range and reload speed.
Nobody's gonna give you a better deal.
Let's see, 207 Stamina Mod with 6% increased kill XP, 1.5% pulse critical hit damage, and 6% turret health. I think I got a 7% turret health, or maybe a 6.5.
You'll be back one of these days.
But turret health can be helpful from time to time. Okay, let's head over to Camp Glidden.
Say the LMB could not afford to lose Grand Central.
See.
I won't bother you.
Converted USC blueprint. No, just nothing worth anything. See, here we go. We got a
Something useful?
nothing yet. So, let's see. We'll take a pause real quick, gentlemen.
Really? Don't be taking unnecessary risks.
Hey, gotta see it to believe it.
Can't feel my toes.
Rhodes is checking out that video you brought back.
I won't bother you. No stopping out here.
Don't be shy.
No stopping out here. Don't be taking unnecessary risks. If the folks in the med wing don't say thank you for what you did at the train yard, I'm gonna. Thank you.
Remember, you gotta rest sometime.
Can't feel my toes.
Best gear in the city. Check it out.
You
You and the JTF, we made a hell of a team at the UN building. I won't bother you. Can't feel my toes. Remember, you gotta rest sometime.
Come take a look.
The JTF's looking over the police academy for more clues now. Don't be taking unnecessary risks. Can't feel my toes. Remember, you gotta rest sometime.
Best gear for the streets, right here.
No stopping out here. I won't bother you. The hell with this. You think they left that stuff at the police academy for you to find? Benitez was real happy with you taking out that LMB checkpoint by the Queen's Tunnel. Don't be taking unnecessary
Hey,
risks.
gotta see it to believe it.
Remember, you gotta rest sometime. Don't be taking unnecessary risks. Thanks for helping out Benitez.
Come take a look.
No stopping out here. I won't bother you. Remember, you gotta rest sometime. Can't feel my toes.
Alright, sorry about that, guys. Important phone calls come through, and sometimes you just can't stop them. So here we go. So you got a Liberator, Accurate, Dominant. Let's see, Skilled, not so much. Okay, let's see, Historian, Discipline, Talented. Okay, this right here, as you can see, this is gonna be a good, um, a good electronics. Anything with the reclaimer, or even with um, your tactician. You know, you just roll off that discipline and put something in there. That would work. Competent, probably. You know, that would be able to go right into there, give you a little bit more oomph with it, and um, with these right here, 700% of your firearm total, you'll probably be hitting, pretty solidly. Okay, you got a Centurion here. Um, Probably just roll off that train if you're looking for a Centurion. Let's see what this M9 is. Expert, Adept. No. You got a Vector here, Self-Preserve, Swift, and Fierce. So I think for maybe a PvP healer weapon. And here's that ACR again. Intense, Destructive, and Skilled. Let's see, SOCOM M1A. I remember when these things used to be the go-to weapon, and now they're pretty much nerfed. Really nothing on here. I mean, this is probably good if you're wanting to run PvE, and if you got a little bit of, if you mixed your gear set with some crit damage and things like that, it would be pretty good to have. Military. I see, you got an M60 here. It's not too bad. If you like the M60, if you like to rock and roll, and it got the brutal for the head damage, fierce and prepared. Damage is increased by 15% when more than 30 meters from the target, so you maybe get down with some of that. Okay, let's go down to the mods. Prototype electronic mod 260 with 2% all resistance. And got 3.5% mobile cover damage resilience. It's 11.5% magazine size with 4% crit damage. 13% stability with 6% headshot damage. Got a accuracy, hand stop. Here we go. Ugh, not great at all. I mean, these stabilities can be a little bit higher, but you got some of that crit chance in there with some headshot damage. Maybe if you need to use this in a pinch, but I wouldn't pay 200 Phoenix credits for it. So.
No big deal. See you around.
And now to begin this little adventure of ours. Go out to Autumn's Hope. Okay. Here at Autumn's Hope, and let's see what we have here as far as these firearm mod with 11% ammo capacity, 1.5% crit hit damage, and a 254 1% crit hit chance. There's like 13 from max. Maybe if you're just trying to just inch forward just a little bit for PvP and you just need a little bit more for your striker, or maybe your nomad that you built for PvE with crit chance and crit damage. You just need a little bit more crit chance, so you put some of that in there.
Well, that was disappointing.
Let's see.
Hey, anything you're looking for? You're gonna like what you see.
Okay, weapons vendor, enhanced PP19, commanding, talented, and hurried. This is right here would have to be another electronics build, but commanding should be in the free slot, and then choose something else for that. You got a compensator here. Not bad. 13.5% stability, 5.5% headshot damage with 4% critical hit damage. So that's not bad right there for all these weapons that I have. Here, look at that. I mean, that's just the whole line of weapons that you would add a little bit more stability. Okay. Let's see. gear vendor.
I only sell the best.
Let's see, electronics mod, 4% burn resistance. Performance mod, 2% smart cover damage resilience. And a 234 firearm mod with 3% skill haste.
Whatever. See you around.
Okay. Kerman Station. First wave M1A, brutal, dominant, commanding. No. The recoil on this thing is just so brutal, and it just doesn't feel like it packs a punch when you're firing it. And even if you were to get 121 or 120.5%, you'd only end up with 21 rounds inside this thing, and it's not giving you anything that, you could roll off dominant and put in, I don't know, deadly, prepared, unforgiving, I don't know, but no. Let's see, PQ-15 laser, green, 14% accuracy, 4% crit damage.
Another time.
Remain at home and wait for medical attention. Follow shelter-in-place precautions and report to emergency medical centers.
Best gear in the city.
How is my new favorite?
Okay, got a sausage 12, accurate, adept, brutal. None of them it would help you at all in any type of way. 12.5% stability, 4% crit damage, 5.5% headshot damage. If you want to try it out, maybe it's something that you might, but with the 13% out there and 13.5% out there, I mean, you might want to look at
Catch you
those.
another time.
So we got a stamina mod, 213 with 3% disorient resistance, and we got a 5% turret duration, and we got a 257 electronic with 1% crit chance.
Maybe next time, huh?
Okay, now to the cavern. Okay.
Don't be shy. Best deals in the city.
Let's see, 205 stamina, 3% disorient resistance, 5.5% ballistic shield health, and a 230 stamina mod with 3198 health.
I'm sure I'll see you again.
Now down to the meat locker.
Hey, take a look at what. If you want it, I've got it.
So you got a Russian red dot sight, 16.5% accuracy with 6% headshot damage. Nothing good hit the meat locker. Okay. It's time for Madison Stan not to let me down.
You want it, I got it.
See, 188. Electronics, 3% damage to elites. Okay, there we go. Got damage to elites there. 4.5% first aid ally heal. And a 248 stamina mod with 3% skill haste.
Hey, catch you another time.
The last call.
You need this, and you don't need whatever you need. I've got it.
So you got a custom M44. Not even worth it. Don't even put money towards it. And then we got an Omega suppressor, rifle suppressor, 17% headshot damage, 4% crit damage. Really not
Catch you later.
something that you would want to get. Spend your hard-earned credits on.
You looking for anything?
Let's see. 183 electronics with 3% disrupt resistance, 3% seeker mine damage, and 3.5% mobile cover damage resilience. Oh, wait. Here he is.
Come take a look.
Let's see, electronic mod 208 with 3% burn resistance. We got a 3% sticky bomb damage and a 3.5% ballistic shield damage. Okay. Yeah, nothing so far is worth jotting down except for the 13.5% stability mods.
Anything good?
Mr. Smith, nothing good so far.
What are you waiting for? Nobody's got a better selection.
A high velocity magazine, 7.5% crit hit chance. No crit damage, so that's no bueno.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Well, we also don't. Still haven't made it to the inside. Some of the DZs. We're second to the last safe house right now. Then we're gonna go into the DZ, starting down at the middle DZ, and then zigzagging our way up. Hmm. Oh, there he is on the other side.
Best gear for the best deals in the city.
See, 4% ballistic shield damage resilience. Got 3% signature ability resource gain. Firearm mod 250. And then we got a 211 electronic purple mod with 3% bleed resistance. So
When you're ready to buy. Best deals. Look at this selection.
okay, Black Market Sausage 12S, determined, vicious, and destructive. Uh, if it was, I don't know. I don't think anybody would want to use the shotgun besides turning it into parts. You got a muzzle break here with 12% stability, 4% crit damage, and 2.5% crit hit chance. Something to put on a small build, test it out, see if you like it.
See you around.
Okay, so now to DZ1. Okay, I'm thinking it's just natural reflex to want to go outside. Okay, so let's see. We have a tactical, oh no, 258, nope, not happening. Okay, we get a 5% pulse duration. These actually get up there to about 7%, I believe. 13.5% stability, angled grip.
Oh, you'll be.
Okay, let's start over here.
You gonna buy something, huh?
Okay, we got a prototype stamina mod 260 with 3% skill haste. This would be something that you would want to put into your D3, get those skills back easier, especially if somebody takes out your shield. You won't have to wait around so long for it to come back up online. Okay, Omega rifle suppressor, 16.5% headshot damage. Nope, something that you probably wouldn't want. Okay, so let's see.
That's fine. Take a look.
Okay, military M60 E4. Okay, here we go. See, this would be something if you don't have a Alejandro or a Big Hog, you could probably keep everything on here right now, and then killing a target and commanding. I mean, just a little bit more firepower, and or have your teammates strip the armor off of some of the guys and go in and start getting these kills, and then you'll be able to start prolonging this 15%, increase the skill power by 15% for 20 seconds. The effect does not stack. Killing a new target refreshes the timer, so they could take down the armor and you can come in and finish them up. That's cool because if you have attack link or um, the blue shield, you'll be able to engage a target, kill them, and then this extends it by 20%. It's pretty cool to see it in action. So you got a 5.5% ballistic shield damage resilience mod. Here in DZ, not bad. Let's see here. I was wondering what the max range for the optimal range is. I think I got one that was 49.5%. But with that crit hit damage on there for a shotgun, that would be some serious things to look into with these optimal ranges being that high. So
Stop wasting.
There's a manhunt detected near your position.
you guys are right outside. Let's see here. 6.5% turret duration, so we know that they got the 6%. So here's a 6.5%. Not a no. Just
I'm sure you'll be back.
no. Okay, infantry MG5. Self-preserved, ferocious, and brutal. Now, the only reason why all these are opened up is because the way I run my Nomad. Okay, with almost 6,000 in health, 5,600 in stamina. I can afford skill power simply because that's what runs my turret.
You need what I got.
So pro red dot sight 10, 5.5% headshot damage with 3% crit hit chance. So, a little decent. Okay.
Don't ask me where I got it.
Ooh, we got an LVOAC 281. Competent, talented, adept. That right there, people, is something that you're going to want to get. You're going to want to get this for PvE or if you want it for PvP, if you're running a tactician or a reclaimer, this is something that you're going to want to get. Now, I know the what most people do when they get the reclaimer or tactician is that they stack it with 10,000 electronics. Okay, no problem with that. But just get over the 9,000, and then you could start pushing a little bit more, optimize the holster, maybe put a little bit into firearms. If you're a tactician, because the reclaimer is what's gonna keep you alive. If you're gonna run tactician in a PvP mode, you're gonna want a reclaimer with you to keep pushing that health towards you. Okay, and maybe a final measure, electronic final measure in there, giving you guys the buffs. Because I recently started messing around with my my tactician build, and that thing goes. I mean, Once you get the 30 stack, use a skill. Get up to 60 stacks, use the opposite skill. A lot of people think it's wonky. I think it's pretty freaking awesome. So that's a way to go about it. So I'm going to put that down on the list. DZ03 East.
Hey, stupid! Over here!
Supply drops incoming. Uploading coordinates.
This stuff ain't street legal, but it'll save your ass.
Okay, and I think Adept. Yeah, Adept was the. If you can hear my nose whistling, I'm here in California, and the allergies are just, the pollen is just kicking my ass, and trying to breathe, properly, it has been a challenge. Let's see, we got a prototype performance mod, 3.5% mobile cover damage resilience, an extended magazine, and oh yes, this is something that you would want. It's not the most, it's not the largest magazine that they have out there, but it comes with 3% crit chance and 4% crit damage, which those two numbers are actually maxed. Okay, so onward.
Think of
This is what you need to survive the
Okay, you got a LMG here, 261, prepared, sustained, and capable. Prototype firearm, 262, 2.5% exotic damage resilience. Um, uh, Maybe if you're running your striker build, you would want to put these in there to offset some of the predator bleed. That'll be pretty good. You got an SMG and pistol suppressor here. Osprey, 15% accuracy, 4% crit damage, 5% optimal range. Okay.
you're gonna buy something,
So you got an MP7 281, talented, skilled, and deadly. Oh, just a moment, just another one here. Okay, let's see. Maybe something that you can roll with. Roll off the skilled and competent, or um, really don't know how you would use this here. In just a moment, one more time. Look at this prototype here, 5% support station healing speed. Okay.
I'll be waiting when you're ready to...
You need what I got.
Supply drops will expire in 30 seconds. Attention, supply drops are now expired.
Stop fucking around and buy from me. Next time, buy something. Finders keepers, right?
Okay, well,
You need to look at this.
um, sorry about that. I mean, this is the first time that I've been doing this broadcast and they're getting all these phone calls, and it's phone calls that I can't actually it's like holy crap. Okay, there we go. That should be the last disturbance for now. Let me see. We nothing previous in the other ones were any good, but this right here would be something that you would want to roll with on a Lone Star. This is pretty good right here. Predatory to give you your health back, especially since if you're using a Lone Star with usually where people want to do it in the 8K range and 4K health. Um, Predatory would be good to get that back, and then with the ferocious and prepared on there, you can keep a little bit distance away, and you can put some real hurt on them. Now the thing with ferocious is that it has you need electronics. Now there was electronics back in I believe Madison, not Madison Stan. Um, yeah, I believe it was either the last call or Southpaw. I believe it might have been Southpaw, and they have the damage to elites on there. And when you stack just enough electronics and you optimize your holster, you'll have enough to get to that 3,800 threshold for you to unlock the ferocious. And let me tell you, that is something that is very helpful. Another 10% on top of that 8,000 that you're putting out there, it's pretty devastating up close. And if you don't want predatory, put destructive on it, and you will blaze right through them. It's pretty potent. Or roll off prepared and put destructive in there, and you got a pretty good PVE LMG. You got another stability mod here, but it doesn't have any crit chance or crit damage, or doesn't have any crit damage. There is no crit chance when it comes to grips. So
We don't want to buy.
Don't ask me where I got it.
okay, we got another 5% support station healing speed. I'm not a big fan of these. If you're a reclaimer, try to test them out, but I never really see a difference, especially when you're pushing, if you have a 9K and you're pushing 26, 27,000 health per second. I really don't see the point of putting this in there. You want to put some other things in there. You want to put range in there, not so much duration, simply because as a reclaimer, you're constantly picking up and moving forward. And if you got it, all your skill haste, reclaimer maxes out at 40%. I mean, you'd rather put in range in there instead of duration. But that's the way I would run it. Everybody, build it the way you want to. Um, Another CQBSS, 13% stability. And let me tell you, when you put stack stability on a lightweighted 4 LVO AC or on a submachine gun, and you're putting that stability on the sight or the optic, the muzzle brake, and on the forward hand grip, I mean, there's no recoil. You're putting all the rounds on target. So it's just something in there that you guys would probably want to mess with.
You'll be back.
Okay,
This stuff ain't street legal, but it'll save
got a
your
Super
ass.
90 here. Capable, talented, and competent. Could be something that if you are a lover of shotguns and you want to run it, and maybe. Not sure how I would want to run that. Got a 4.5% support station healing speed, 12.5% stability, and here you go, 4% crit damage. That's where it maxes out on these uh, angled grips.
I'll be waiting when you're.
Yeah, you got some weapons here. Got a UMP, capable commanding ambusher, P16, 750, kind of decent. You know, this would be more for I mean, if you're lacking on a crit chance, I mean, this thing could do some pretty different, some damage. You know, just roll out the capable, and put something else in there. You got a sidearm here, self-preserve, sustain, and predatory in the free slot. You got a bolt-action rifle, not so much. And an M60, predatory, ferocious, and vicious. Roll off vicious, and you got yourself a nice PVE. Put that on a Lone Star. Get another 150 rounds when you proc, so that'll be firing at 630 rounds per minute. Put another mag, you got 200 rounds ready to go.
Next time, come. Take a look at your future arsenal.
And these are just gear finish for high-end items. Gotta remember to skip that.
This is what you need to survive the
Okay, you got quick release magazine, 28.5% reload speed. You got 4% crit hit damage in there. Tyrant suppressor, 7% crit hit chance, 5.5% headshot damage. Vertical grip, 43% optimal range, 4% crit hit damage. That would be pretty good on a shotgun. And then a rugged mini sight, 6.5% critical hit chance, 4% crit damage. That's pretty good right there. That's a nice little. It's not max, not god rolled, but it's close enough.
Take a look. I got
You got a
everything.
228 firearms mod with 2% all resistance and a 3.5% turret damage. They max out at 4%, so if you're in a pinch and you can't roll a performance mod with 4%, then there you go.
Come on,
All
you're
right.
killing me here.
So let's take a gander, a little stroll into DZ9 to the safe house. I don't want to log on. There we go.
Transmissions jammed. Proximity coverage only. Backup activated. System rebooted.
I'm going in, guys!
Warning, now entering dog zone. Warning, you are now leaving the safe area.
Oh. That's what 4% damage mods would do. It's always good to show off some of the skills there. Or lack of skills. Oh, well.
Don't ask where it came
Let's see. Heavy magazine. Ugh, not too good. 12.5% with 6% headshot damage. 29.5% reload speed. And 5.5% headshot damage. Well, there we go. There's a nice little red sight that we've been looking for. It's almost maxed at 6% headshot damage, and there you go. Put something like that on an SFG, and you'll be good to go. All right.
You're not gonna find a lot of
Well,
other
that
options.
completes the vendor reset. I used to go into all the individual houses, but it's just not really practical since there's only onesies and twosies in there, and they're not usually the best, but you never know. So go in there and check it out for yourself. Y'all have a good one.